One of the most interesting products that are maybe worth trying from Florasis are the eyeshadow palettes. Because they have this unique Chinese formula that is resembling of the Western baked gelée, but it's not quite the same. A name that would be a good fit for this formula would be Waxy gelée, because you get the same experience of dealing with that waxy formula typical of crayons. So these are actually maybe the best shades in terms of pigmentation if we reason in a Western way, let's say. The special shade that may be this one, that is duochrome, etc., is a toned down version of a Pat McGrath. This is less sparkly, a little bit more subtle, and for me is perfect for the office to have something more on my eyes that is not so intense like metallics and not so intense like a Pat McGrath shade. So I would like to show you a side-by-side comparison. I think I will hit pan on this. It's very pretty. I wish the champagne and this shade were switched, but I can imagine that this is very expensive pigment. Another observation, what I'm noticing now is that these kind of special shades are nothing unique in the sense that you can find across several brands, and different brands take the pigment and produce their own formula. So it's very easy to find similar colors or same color in different formulas. So there's nothing new out there nowadays. So this is the Pat McGrath version that I would like to put here. And yeah, there's a difference in the sense that Pat McGrath here seems pinkier. Yeah, they're quite different, but this seems a faded version, more subtle, and for me it's preferable for work. I want to also compare with this other shade, another pinkish shade. This is more purple. So this is the difference, and you can see how much impact the Pat McGrath have compared to this BUY Florasis. This is a lip balm. I think this mechanism of the spatula that can be put inside this hole here is very practical. From this side it doesn't drop. From the other, of course, yes, because this is not symmetrical. Is a spoon, and is a high quality spoon, should be metal. This is the product. Is a very thick consistency, like pomade. It provides a thick layer on the lips. I have cracked lips, so it's relieving, but would I purchase again? I think there are many other products that are quite like this, but this is one of the best products I tried for my lips, so I'm impressed. I much prefer this one compared to the Laneige. I'm trying to use up this one, but afterwards I think I will switch back to a stick balm because they're much more practical, And this one has a mint scent. You can also taste a little bit of mint. As for the powders, I had 2 of them and I've decluttered both of them. I had the Impression of Dye edition, and it was fine, but I didn't find it special compared to other powders. I tried once and I could see the powder gathering into my pores. I didn't like the effect on top of my SPF at the end of the day. It was not better than my favorite, that is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydro Powder. The same for the Porch Window Edition Key Series. I had the oil controlling one. I tried in winter, so I don't know how good it is in oil controlling, but personally I find it the same as the Impression of Dye. I couldn't really distinguish both of them. I decluttered that one as well. it was just redundant in my collection. Okay, so now let's proceed with the new items. And let's start from the palette. Okay, so this is the palette, a beautiful package, as expected. I know that it's magnetic, so the magnet is quite strong. Nice to know. And to be honest, is more practical compared to, you know, the double flip that was in the previous version. Quite promising. Let's watch it. So this is, oh gosh, beautiful. This is very creamy smooth. This seems, yeah, improved also in formula. This is a nice purple blue. I'm a little bit pissed off by the fact that, I mean, the best they could do, the special shade is definitely this one, and is, you know, the standard purple blue, but yeah, better than nothing. And I think it pairs very well with these browns. So this is, yeah, again, a warm, peach warm color, not my favorite. This is very nice and seems like a Pat McGrath rose gold, very nice. This is very pretty. And this is another warm tone orange that I could do without. And then let's see, this one is a gold here. My first impression is that these colors are even softer compared to the ones from the other palette. This is a nice dark color, oh, very nice, because it's cool toned. Okay. This trio is my trio, let's say. And then these two colors, that one is an highlighter. Wow. And this one is maybe my favorite, is a very beautiful taupe. Finally a taupe. It's not overly gray. I love it. So I can do without, maybe this is nice too. This gold, useless. These two colors, I won't touch them. But these other colors, especially this quad, is my type of quad. And with also this one can be useful as highlighter. So I can see this palette to be, you know, face and eye palette. And this is definitely a quint, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that it's totally me. So I'm happy to have finally found a cool toned, a cooler toned color scheme that in this formula, because it deserves attention, in my opinion. Happy for my purchase. Let me show you better the comparison between the two palettes. This color here is practically identical to this one by Flower. This is Flower Nose and this Color Pop. The palette from Florasis starts here, the Impression of Dye one. As you can see, this one is a little bit less smooth compared to this texture that is still quite unique, and this is the Flower Nose one. This one, it is my favorite. I will report back once I use this as highlighter how they differ. You can depot them and arrange and make your own color story, because everyone has a certain shape, and I won't try to depot these because these are raised, so it's quite difficult to depot a kind of baked formula, especially if it is as soft as this one, because the standard baked Western baked gelée is hard and there's a plastic grid below. I successfully managed to depot a few of these, but with this I won't try because I will damage forever the eyeshadows. It's not, I don't care for the embossing, even though it's pretty, but it's more about preserving the eyeshadow. If you don't have anything that contains the eyeshadow, depotting it totally destroys, and you don't have anything to prevent that. Let's proceed to the blush. Now I have a preference for light blushes. I like Asian blushes because they have a white base, and for me is brightening. So you have a plastic protection here, you see, a film, and the blush is this one. Let's see how I like it. It's a pink. Let me use a clean finger. Oh, very nice to the touch. I like because it's a warm pink, and it's a creamy like. Okay, very nice. It's like it has a salmony hue. You see the yellow that comes from this shade, so is pretty. Yeah, is what I was in mind. Is something that is very flattering on me and brightening and youthful. Okay guys, so I paid for my product and I have positive reviews. They are lovely. They are quite expensive in my opinion, but lovely. Very nice. This is my kind of shade. So this is an amazing cream formula. It's cream to powder. Very nice. It has a sheen, but it's not too shimmery. You see, on natural lighting it's not shimmery at all, and is very blendable. Nice, very nice. Let me compare this. I will compare it with this one that is a masterpiece. Daniel Sandler Watercolour Liquid Cheek Color, so liquid blush in color Cherub. It's my favorite pink blush. I think they are quite close because I feel that this salmon pink, you see how the blend is seamless, and I think that this salmon pink is quite flattering, and I think it's similar. They look the same. Yeah, they are exactly the same. Maybe no, I can't even. Can you tell the difference? Sometimes the con of this is a liquid blush, is seamless. The con is that sometimes you can overblend. Now I will do it. You disperse the product and then you don't see anything, just a wash of pink that is quite, not localized, while this one will give me that effect that the same effect that I will get with this one with multiple layering. So yeah, you can see this on me. That is this number 3. I want more of these, but I cannot overdo because yeah, they are not very cheap. Maybe in next order I will add more of these because the formula is fantastic. I will try on the eyes too. Let's see how long they last. So the ultimate question that I asked myself when I use Florasis product, and after I tried Florasis product, old and new products, is just a pretty brand with pretty packaging and embossing, or there's also quality there? And the answer is there's quality. I'll definitely find that they can tell something, they can add something into the industry, and I'm pleased by the quality. I highly recommend this palette. This is a candidate to become one of my favorites because this is a color story that I love. So I highly recommend this new palette, and the blushes are lovely. So yeah, there are plenty of colors, and yeah, I'm happy to have one of these. So these are my honest thoughts about Florasis. I hope you enjoy it, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.